Hello. If you're receiving this video, you've already made an important commitment to yourself, and that commitment is to attend the 2016 AWAI Bootcamp. So I have two purposes for this video today. One, to introduce myself. You're probably wondering who the heck is this guy? And then two, to begin to prepare you to maximize your experience at the bootcamp this year. So first of all, my name is Ted Capshaw. I'm a life and business coach. And for the past 18 months, I've been privileged enough to be walking alongside Katie, Rebecca, and the entire AWAI staff crew in a coaching capacity. And it's been an amazing journey. As I have reflected back on the journey of the last 18 months with this amazing company and amazing people, frankly, I thought to myself, it's interesting because as they came up with this theme for boot camp, which I just love, better, faster, richer, I thought to myself, that's exactly what we've been doing behind the scenes. We've been getting better, better at communicating, better at building trust with each other and our members and attendees of boot camp, better at leadership, better at so many different things. We've covered so many topics and really held ourselves accountable to get better. Faster. We want to be the most efficient company. We want to deliver you, the members and the attendees of boot camp, the desired results in a fast way. And richer. Richer is always an interesting one, and we're going to talk about this in just a few minutes, but we have become such a rich company at AWAI, and I am not talking about money. Why? Because we have immersed ourselves in conversations about culture and what are we really trying to deliver you, the member, what experience are we trying to deliver at boot camp. These are deep conversations that we have, and for those reasons, for those conversations, the outcome is we are very, very rich right now. We are so rich going into Bootcamp 2016. So in any event, I continue to walk with Katie, Rebecca, and the staff, and I'm excited to say that I'm actually going to be attending and speaking at Bootcamp this year, which I can't wait. I've heard gangbuster things about Bootcamp and can't wait to experience it. But this is what I know about an event like Bootcamp. If you don't go into it prepared, you will not maximize your experience. And that's the main thing that I wanted to point out to you today. And to guide you just a little bit in preparing yourself. Why am I spending any time talking about preparing yourself? This is why. Myself included, many of us have attended things like the Bootcamp, a 2 or 3 day seminar, in this case a 4-day seminar. We've met a lot of great people, which you're going to meet a ton of great people at Bootcamp. You'll get a ton of great information. I've gone to seminars, been all pumped up, met great people, listened to amazing speakers, walked out with pages and pages of notes, only to leave to get smacked in the face with the reality of my everyday life. You know, like in my situation, if I went to boot camp and I got inspired, got a bunch of great information, I'd come back to the reality of I have a loving wife at home, 2 beautiful sons that demand my attention, clients that absolutely need my attention, and all of a sudden, 2-3 weeks after boot camp or whatever seminar I went to, I've lost my mojo. I'm just back into the normal routine, and we don't want that to happen for you at boot camp. But I know it's important to prepare yourself to go into boot camp with intent, real intent. So what I want you to do today is think about this theme, better, faster, richer. And I want you to enter into boot camp with very specific intent. So you should put pen to paper, and before you get to boot camp, what do you need to get better at? My assumption is that either you're dreaming about being a copywriter or you're already on the journey to becoming a copywriter. But do an audit of yourself and what do you really need to get better at, and then key into those speeches, those outbreaks or whatever at boot camp, and really hone in on the things that you need to get better at. But you should write those things down and be very intentful. Faster. What will you need to do to execute? What will you need to execute leaving boot camp to really propel you into your copywriting career? But, and we'll talk about this when I speak to you guys at boot camp, but we're going to talk about how to really break that down. But you should think about intentfully What do you need to do at boot camp to become faster? And then finally, and perhaps most importantly, you need to think about this whole richer thing, right? Because for most people that don't give thought to it, they just hear richer and they think money. Now, I'm going to be the first to tell you, I want to make money and I know you want to make money. So don't discount the fact that richer has to do with money. As a matter of fact, take it a little bit deeper though. What kind of money do you really want to make and why? And write that down. And I'm even going to talk about that at boot camp. Really narrowing your focus and understanding what kind of money you want to make and why. But before you go to boot camp, you should define what richer is for you. I'll give you an example, right? My wife and I, we definitely know what kind of money we want to make and why. But rich to us is a commitment that one of us, I have a 3 and a 4-year-old, 2 sons, and rich to us is that one of us will be at the bus stop the entire time they live at home. That means all the way through high school, that one of us will have the liberty to be able to be at that bus stop and pick up our sons. That's rich, and I don't know if it gets more rich for us. So, in preparation for boot camp, I want you to really put some mind space around what kind of intent are you going in there with. And at boot camp, on the last day, on Saturday, we're going to talk about how to follow up. But one thing I know, and one thing I know for sure, if you don't go into boot camp, if you just show up, you're going to meet a bunch of great people, you're going to hear a bunch of great speakers, you're going to get a bunch of amazing information that will be helpful. But if you don't go in there with real intent and specific intent, you will not maximize your experience. I promise you that. So, you will hear from me again prior to boot camp, but this was just an introduction and get your mind gearing and understand that your boot camp experience for 2016 actually starts today. Start to prepare yourself for 2016 boot camp and don't wait for October 19th. Having said that, I'm looking forward to meeting you at the AWAI 2016 boot camp. This is Ted Capshaw signing off. Talk to you soon.